run when you hear that. I said run when you hear that. You better run when you hear that. I said run when you hear that. You better run when you hear that. I said run when you 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 hear that.
Good evening, everybody. Bruce Foster, Chewing the Fat. Welcome to the show. That there was highlights, or brief highlights from last weekend's Grand Prix and Summer Series Round 4, I believe it was, at down in New Zealand. And tonight we've got Dave Vennell on from that same club that organised that particular competition. So let's just get straight into it. Hope everybody's had a great week, and post up your comments, questions, whatever you happen to have at the top of your head that's Jetski related, or heck, listen, it could be anything you want to talk about. Questions for Dave, questions for myself. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Also, you know, what you got up to at the weekend. So let's get Dave on, and we'll go from there. So let's just fire this up. Hopefully he's ready, or almost ready. That was a banging tune on that video. Pretty cool. I like that one. Get him on, Dave. We're just waiting on you, mate. He's trying to figure out the old tech here. Hopefully he jumps in the waiting room. Let's just see if I can get him up on the chat. I bet he's got the time difference wrong. Let's see where he's at. So the last time I did this with him, we actually did it through FaceTime, not Facebook, Facebook Messenger. But since last 3-4 months, I've been doing it through Zoom, and it is actually much better, or I feel it's much better. So let's just drop my message and see where he's at. Oh, wait a minute, he's in. Wait a minute, here we go, might have him. I've got a number. I'm assuming it's him. That's the number. Dave, how are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you, Bruce.
Good to have you, mate.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, you're a busy man.
Yeah, and it's only going to get busier for the rest of the year.
Why is that, Dave?
Well, we've just, as you just run the highlight reel, we've just had our Grand Prix, which is our Jetski Racing New Zealand premier event for the year.
Yep.
We've still got a couple of rounds to go, but this coming weekend, in fact, 2 days' time, we've got the NZJSBA Nationals at Carapiro.
Yep.
You know, I was looking through the list after you suggested talking about things coming up. We've got round 5 and 6 of the Jetski Racing New Zealand Summer Series, April 26th, 27th. But 2 weeks before that, I'm over in New South Wales for the.
You're over our neck of the woods.
Yeah, back in your neck of the woods, and then I'm over there again in May for the Oz Nationals.
Are you coming over for that?
Yep.
Cool, nice one. What class are you racing?
Spark or Rec Lights at this stage, and looking for an NA ski.
Right. Okay. Got ya. Are you hooking up with? Who are you hooking up with? Are you hooking up with any other team, or are you just come and represent yourself?
No, I'm representing all the old people.
It's actually funny you said that, because I asked Dawn Dawson a couple of weeks ago, you've probably seen it, was she thinking about getting back into racing? And she was like, oh hell no. She's got to be younger than you though. Sorry, I don't mean to be I don't mean to sound rude, but like, you're holding your own, mate. I've got to hand it to you. You're bloody holding your own and doing better than a lot of the people half your age.
Yeah, well, I turned 65 a couple of weeks ago. I've got my gold card here in New Zealand.
Congratulations. I hear that's quite a milestone.
Well, it is for me to actually achieve it. To live that long. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody that's tuning in. Sorry, I've got a couple of people making comments. Your daughter's one of them, Dave. I think she's obviously laughing at what we've just talked about with your card and stuff like that. Free ferry ride to, where's that? Waiheke? Did I say that right?
Hey, what was that?
Waiheke?
Oh, Waiheke. Yeah.
I did. Oh, I've got it. Almost, nearly. Yeah, you get a free ferry ride.
I can go there and back for free on the ferry because I'm so old. I don't take up much room. Donna
Marie's saying old people's dream. Mate, you can have a day out and it wouldn't cost you a penny.
I don't know about that. But anyway, Bruce, back to the schedule, and then hopefully through May, June, July, August, I'm actually going to spend a little bit of time over there doing the Queensland series. Is the plan.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. So when are you coming over for that one? May?
May for the Oz one, 17th and 18th, and then Jamie's round one's in May the 26th.
Yeah, that's the weekend after. Yep.
Yeah. Then round 2 is June the 9th. Round 3, July 14.
And what are you planning? Are you going to fly back and forward?
I'm not staying there. There's too many snakes and too many Australians to stay there.
Can you take me back with you then?
Do you reckon they'll give you a visa to come to New Zealand?
Nah, probably not. They probably look at me and goes, we've got enough of you kind around here. We don't need any more. Besides, I thought the traffic was the other way. I thought the traffic was all coming to Australia.
Why?
Because every day I
Like,
look,
like,
every time I see posts on job pages, and it's people that are coming over from New Zealand looking for work.
uh, yeah, but I mean, even when we came over for round one of the Nationals, we opened the door of the ute one day down there at Victoria, and there's a bloody great huntsman spider stuck to the side of the door.
Hey, they only give you a little nip. They only give you a wee nip. They won't kill you, unless you take an allergic reaction to it, of course. But you'll just get a nasty bite.
I don't need those sort of things, thank you. I'm quite happy here in New Zealand.
Safe and sound. Anyway, so yeah, busy time. I've been speaking about the New Zealand series, like all the different races that are going on through March, April. You know, there's like it just seems to be all week, every weekend something's going on.
Yeah, there's a couple of the Wellington club's been running their series, and amongst everything, Canterbury's been quite busy.
Hmm.
And the culmination for the Canterbury and Hawke's Bay, well, yeah, the culmination for Wellington and Hawke's Bay, in conjunction with Canterbury and ourselves, is probably the jet ski race, the NZJSBA Nationals this weekend. Everybody puts all their differences aside and hangs out in the same place for the weekend,
Yep.
and then goes back again. Everyone goes their separate ways and does their own things. I said we've got the last of our summer series coming up, and then in the next 2 weeks we'll finalise all our winter series dates, and then start setting dates for the 24-25 summer series.
Wow.
So it's
Rolling
it's a
in.
pretty full.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Like you guys have got it pretty good as far as how you're getting it all organised, and you're just getting on with it as well. And you know we're trying to do obviously clubs are trying to do that here as well. So yeah, it's really I guess from the last couple of years because we've had COVID, and then suddenly clubs are starting to build up again. Like I don't remember your year last year. I don't remember New Zealand race calendar being that busy, but it just seems so busy this year compared to last year.
No, we had our summer series last year was still 7 rounds.
Yeah, but what I mean
We
by
had
that is the
some.
other clubs. There's a lot of other clubs are now all kind of having their own, seem to be having their own competitions as well, and it's quite extensive competitions. You know, like number of rounds. And I can't
No,
remember it
that
being like
was.
that last year. I remember you guys putting on a full series, but I don't remember
Yeah.
Wellington doing that much. They probably did.
Oh, yeah, they had a few, but I mean, everyone's been in a rebuilding phase, even over there. The trips I've had, the numbers are slowly getting better. More people are coming back to the sport, but the economic times have sort of
Yeah,
stopped a few, I think.
definitely,
Uh,
definitely.
still, still tough out there. It's an expensive hobby some weekends.
It is, definitely. Now, I'm looking at the results from last weekend. Um, let's see. Corbin Farnley and Noah Skips. I think they had a pretty good weekend
Yeah,
as far
yeah, yeah,
as
young,
far as the results are concerned. Pretty much every class was either one or the other.
yeah,
Uh,
young Noah's just going from strength to strength in his runabout riding,
yep,
and Corbyn's he appears every now and then when he popped up. We haven't seen him for a while, but he pops up and takes out the premier prize of the at the Grand Prix. But that's what it's all about. You know, they
yeah,
travelled a long way to come and do the event,
yep,
and good on them.
yep.
They ride their hearts out and support us every year, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking at your lineups. You've got some good lineups there, 8, 9 deep. Uh,
Yep.
you've only got a couple that are like 5 or 6, but all the rest are either 8 or 9. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we had I think we had 34 riders, and a lot of them were doubled up
Yep.
at the weekend, which was
Nah,
it's not like the glory days we keep hearing about. I wasn't involved in the glory days when there was 40, 50, 60 riders at an event, but
yeah, yeah,
we're coming back from 16, 17, 18 to get into the 30s. We're happy. We're doing pretty good.
yeah, yeah. It's I think a lot of clubs aspire to try and get back to those kind of lofty numbers again, as far as what they've had in the past. But I think economics really kind of shuts it all down, to be honest. people want to do it, but they just look at how much it could potentially cost them, and they just go, nah, I can't. As much as I'd love to do it, I just can't afford to do it.
Yeah, I think people have this misconception that they've got to start with a $30,000 or $40,000 ski. They don't.
Yeah, I know.
The future of, to me, the future of the sport is in the smaller classes, in the rec lights and the NA skis that
Yeah.
the NA skis that people take fishing or whatever. Even old people like yourself on your soon to be purchased new 160 car.
Please, what are you interested in it?
No, I don't want your old one. I just want to see you racing the new one.
Oh God, nah. Like I'm going to go to the practice day, but I can't. Like I can't go to next weekend's practice day because I'm down in Melbourne. But I'm going to go to the one on the 28th of April, and I'm going to give it a little go there. So yeah, we'll see. But whether I race it is in a fully-fledged comp or not, I don't know about that. So I've had my mad spells when I was younger. I'm not so sure I can do it while I'm older.
I was speaking to Jamie this afternoon, and I said I wasn't going to come over for the practice rounds, but hey, if you're going to be on a practice track, it'd almost be worth it.
I'll get somebody to film me. It's going to be an absolute disaster. I know it will. Like, I'll give it my best shot, but I just know it's not going to go well. That's just me. In my head, I'm kind of thinking, like, physically I could, yeah, okay, let's give it a go, But my brain suddenly starts like, hang on a minute, calm down, be a bit more rational about this here. Do you really think you can do it?
You realise that all competitions run a veterans class, so.
Yeah, but is there not a minimum speed limit? I probably wouldn't even reach that. I'll be getting lapped after the first lap, probably. I'll probably go the wrong way. Like, knowing my luck, I'll miss a buoy or something like that, you know what I mean? So, I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a good laugh, and I think I'd like to do it actually on the 28th of April because I'd like to I want to do it as like a little, like, try and document it a little bit just so that people that are thinking about getting into it can see what's involved with it on the day. And I think that would be probably worth more than anything. So I'll sacrifice myself for the greater good.
Oh dear. I suppose you could always make a video on what not to do.
That's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. But nah, I'm going to give it a go. I'll give it a go and we'll see what we'll go from there. Daz is trying to get me on a spark. He's got about 4 sparks down in his garage, and he's trying to get me on one of them. But like, I've not got any space to keep another ski up here at my place, so it need to be kept at Daz's. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like, I know Jamie's going to have a couple of skis available that he's talking about potentially letting some people have a go on. So I'll probably just do it on that. See where it is. Watch this space.
Yeah. Well, you never know, because I think I told you before that I never meant to get into jet ski racing.
Uh-huh.
I went to a Can-Am dealer to buy a 3-wheeler motorbike. Came out with a jet ski, and then after sort of solo tripping around in the ocean, I went to a race meeting one day and got hooked. And yeah, you just never know, Bruce. You never know.
Dave, do you know my story? I almost came out of the showroom with a first Sea-Doo. That's what I had my eye on, believe it or not. And it wasn't me that actually picked the Kawasaki. It was my wife. And you know why she picked the Kawasaki?
The colour?
Exactly. I had no idea about jet skis. I just looked at the Sea-Doo one and thought, yeah, that looks the business. Let's give that one a crack. I had no idea what it was. I hadn't even spoken to the salesman, but I thought, yep, that looks just a ticket for me. And the wife says, what about the gold one sitting outside? And I was like, what gold one? And I was looking. The Kawasaki I've got now. I looked at it and went, yeah, okay, fair enough. Decent price. Had no idea that it was one of the fastest ones on the water at that time. Until one of my mates told me. He says, you do realise what jet ski you've just bought? And I was like, what have I just done? And he told me. And I was like, oh, and I hadn't even been on at that point. So I hadn't even tried it out by that point. It was like, oh god, this is going to be a disaster. But yeah, so anyway, watch that space. I'm trying to get. I want to get that one sold so I can get a new one. You know, because I'm not into the
You had a
speed.
few years use out of that, haven't you?
It's a 2013 model. It's sitting at 185 hours, which is actually really quite low. And now a lot of people do get a bit afraid with, you know, it's low hours, all that kind of stuff. But it's been like I haven't been able to get out as much as I would have liked to have. Working the earlier days, I had some, like, dare I say, personal health issues going on for a period as well, which kind of stopped me from doing a lot of it. So it has been in the garage a little bit as well, but lately it's been getting out a bit more. So clocking up the hours on it, but I don't want to clock up too much if I'm trying to sell it, but I've still got to use it. So until I get something else, but I can't get another one until I get rid of this one. So that's my dilemma at the moment. So it's just demonstrating to me, though, that some Kawasaki's or Kawasaki's in general do tend to be a bit difficult to sell on. If it was a Sea-Doo for another matter, it probably would have been snapped up by now. It's just familiar. Like the familiar skis are the ones that people are going for.
It's only because your wife picked it. You just don't want to swap it out.
It is a nice colour. It's a nice colour.
Yeah, what you should do is put the flex on Jamie to trade it in for you.
He won't touch it. He says, "Oh no, I don't want to be having to try and sell a second-hand ski." I'm like, "Cheers." I says, "Even though you'd want me to buy a ski from you." I thought you were trying to help me facilitate that deal, if you know, a little bit better, but nah, it's not. Anyway, so yeah, so that's my predicament. So I'll just have to see what's going on. Like, I don't know. It's like Daz sent me through one the other day, and it was a 2019 model. It's Kawasaki, and like the guy had been on the market for a while as well, and he was struggling to sell that one as well. So, like, I think, like I say, if it had a Sea-Doo badge on it, I think it would have been sold by now quite easily, just because people are familiar with Sea-Doo.
Yeah, well, there's just so many of them around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
anyway, you're going to go to the training day in
I'm doing the April
beginning
one.
of May.
I'm going to do the April
the
one.
April one.
I'm not doing the March one because I'm down at the Formula One in Melbourne next weekend. So, did I just say I'm going to the Grand Prix next weekend? Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. What, are you going to go and watch another Verstappen procession?
Well, I'm only more interested. Exactly, it is, but I'm more interested in who comes second, third, fourth, and fifth, and all that kind of stuff. So, and to be honest, the F2 and the F3 is actually pretty good, and the supercars are on as well. So, I like watching that as well. So, yeah, that's my main, and it's a good weekend. Like, it's a good weekend. It's a good weekend we do with the whole family as well. So we all go down, and we've got some nice grandstand tickets as well. So we're in a pretty good location. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I saw you splashing those around on social media a couple of months ago.
Right, yeah, some things you've got to do. You've got to do it sometimes. Yeah, Daz, I know it's going to rain. I've heard that. It rained last time as well, but that's what ponchos are for.
So okay, with you going to the practice round, we're going to see you on the start line at round one on May the 26th then.
I don't know. Do people want to see me on the start line on May the 26th?
Yeah, Daz, you've got to make it happen. Give them a spark.
I don't know what I'm letting myself in for here. Raymond Bennett's like, come on, guys, you're coming off topic here. We are, I know we are. But that's just the way we are. That's the way we roll. Daz, I don't know what you're gonna like. What's that? Rubbing is racing. Jeff says rubbing is racing. Yes, on a spark. Daz, are you providing the spark then? Is that what you're saying?
I can't see the comments, so I hope he says yes.
Well, he's put a yes to a spark. He's put yes on a spark is what he's put in. Raymond. Raymond says, would be better seeing him on the top of the podium. Listen up. Well, on a spark. I could make that happen if you want, right up the beach and onto the podium. I've almost done something like that before in the past. But I'm not going to go there with that one. Jamie says, you have to start somewhere, Bruce. May as well be with the dark side on a spark. Oh, Jamie.
Well, there's some burn here, isn't it?
Jamie,
Hey,
that is a burn. That's a burn for the spark porn people. Eh? Woo.
You can't beat the rec lights. They're awesome.
Yeah, well, I've actually, like, the funny thing is, Seb Bahadurin has actually said, he's advocated for a long time that if you're going to get into racing, that's where to start. You know, get on the sparks, that kind of stuff. Give it a go on them and just learn. And then once you get the hang of it, start to build yourself up, you know. And that's kind of stuck in my head. So, like, I don't want to jump on a 300 and just go, you know, it's too fast. Like, and you need to learn how to, the techniques, all that kind of stuff. It's just a bit too much of a liability on such a speed machine, you know. Spark is probably a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. That I see the future of jet ski racing as being nurturing people into spark racing and into NA racing, that they can still go out and have a lot of fun, a lot of close racing without without 300 supercharged horsepower sitting there that you've got no idea how to control. And if a couple of sparks bang into each other, one of them might crack, but generally you're not going to kill each other. Someone's going to get seriously hurt, and they do.
Yeah. Just go so fast. I would like kind of a try on a spark this weekend if I could, just to try it out. So Sarah Ann rides the Yamas, so you know she's on the rocket ships at the Yamaha range. Her and Peter, she says she'd like to give the spark a go just to see what it's like. Hey, listen, if you go up to the come and try day, I believe Jamie's got a couple of the lower, I think it's the STXs or the STFs or something like that or the 160s. I think he might have in the Kawasaki skis that he did say he was going to have available for those 2 weekends. So could probably come up and give that a go and give yourself a chance on the non-supercharged skis and see how you go. So that'd be worth a go. Luca says, Luca reckons that you've got a spark on the way. I heard Dave has a spark on the way. You got a new spark on the way? Oh, wait a minute, we've lost him. Oh, you there?
Yeah, I rode Lucas.
Right.
One of the nationals. And,
and he's got his on sale, hasn't he? And Lucas got his. Yeah. Is he not now?
No.
Well, have you bought it?
Yeah.
Have you? Woo!
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So is that still in Australia for your racing here?
Yeah. A lot of one-syllable answers here, Bruce.
No, that kind of lines, that makes a lot of sense now. Like, I wasn't sure about the comment with the spark on the way, but it all makes sense now. So, nice purchase, man.
Yeah, I had to make it happen because last year when I came over, I leased a ski off Tralee. Awesome little spark, that one. And then they weren't taking it to Victoria, so I got hold of Lucas one. I need a ski for round 2 of the nationals, and I'm sitting second in the rec lights, so I need to come back and add some points and try and beat Phillip Alps and get first.
Yep.
But we'll see what happens.
Yep.
But sort of, I can't keep renting a ski. I might as well, and this Lucas one's available, and then to come up to the Oz, the AUS WCR race.
Yep.
Tralee skis taken by another international rider, a world champion.
They've got a squad of people coming over, including Noah and Jamie and
So I looked at it, and I'm putting a package together with some very generous sponsors that are going to let me give Lucas some money, and we'll then I just got to get it up to Brisbane for for the rest of the year after the second round of the
Is
Nationals.
that what you were asking me about bringing a ski up?
Yeah, I was wondering if you were
Ah,
how you
right,
were going
okay.
with
No,
driving,
unfortunately, I'm not
flying.
driving down to the Nationals. Unfortunately, otherwise I would have brought it back. I could have brought it back up, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who else is going down that would be driving though. That would have the space. I know there's a couple of people that off the top of my head that would be going down, but they'll probably have a double trailer full.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we might end up just flying into Sydney and then after the event driving back to Brisbane and then fly home out
Fly
of
out of
Brisbane. I don't
Brisbane.
know.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll see. The other thing when I contacted you is, and if anyone's listening out there on here, I'm looking for an NA ski for round two. The ski I rode in Victoria is not available for New South Wales, and I would dearly love to have an NA ski to continue dicing with Seb in the in because in the Australian titles I'm sitting second in Rec Lights NA and NA Enduro, but at
Yep.
the moment I don't have an NA ski to
To
carry
challenge
on the
to
fight.
challenge the fight. Yeah, to carry on the fight for to either maintain second or nab first place off Seb.
No, the only reason that yes, Seb would have to not turn up to knock this,
Hey, listen, you never know. You
pretty
never know.
much.
You never ever know what might happen.
Or else, no, yeah, the other option is as long as Seb figures out how to go around the buoys, he should be pretty untouchable in the NA short course as well.
he
He had a
missed
few,
he
he
missed a
got lost a
couple in
couple
the
of
he missed
times.
a couple in the last round, didn't he?
Yeah, he did just a couple.
I heard about that.
And for a ski that was for someone on a ski who was so much faster than everyone else, it was unfortunate for him. I felt bad, but at the end of the day, if the GPS isn't working, well, yeah,
At the end of the day, it could have easily have happened to you or any other rider. So that is what it is.
yeah.
But yeah. Hey, listen, it's a pretty good. Like I'd love to see you challenge for it, and hopefully someone can, offer you a naturally aspirated ski and help you out, and that would be fantastic. So, guys, if anybody's got a naturally aspirated ski out there that's available for the Australian Nationals Round 2 in mid-April, drop a message to Dave Vennell or to me if you want. And, right, okay, Raymond Bennett's putting an EX in the Nationals. His young bloke had broken his VXR in previous rounds, so he's something to change his ski. So, yeah, so if anybody's got a ski available, naturally aspirated, to allow Dave to compete in round 2 in the naturally aspirated class, drop him a message or message me, and I'll put you in touch with Dave, and then you can work things out from there. So fingers crossed for you for that, mate. Fingers crossed. So
No, it'd be awesome if I could put that together.
yeah, exactly. It's you're making the effort to come over. You gotta like if anything, you gotta keep challenging, pushing Seb.
Yeah,
God loves Seb.
he mightn't have any energy left after all his efforts in the variety trick.
Well, he actually kind of. I thought he was doing the whole ride. Okay, so like for people listening here, the Variety Jet Trek ride was obviously last week. Now they completed it, finished on Saturday. I was under the impression that they were riding Monday right through till the Saturday morning, and I thought Seb was doing it and his wife was doing it. But it turned out that the first day was non-existent. Didn't happen. Nobody was riding. All right, so because of the predicted weather forecast, okay, it was a predicted weather forecast, so the Jet Trek people made a decision early on to say, we're not going to ride up from Kingscliff to Brisbane, we're going to drive up and we're going to get to Brisbane, we'll stay the night there, and then we'll continue the ride up the coast from Brisbane on Tuesday. And that's what happened. But Seb wasn't riding on the Tuesday either. He didn't ride until he got into Noosa and was leaving Noosa on Thursday morning. Then he was riding. So I think they took a turn on the ski. So between him and Jules, I think they decided, is it Jules, his wife? I think. I think they took turns. She did a couple of days. They spent a day off on Wednesday in Noosa, and then he finished it off, heading up the coast, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, when they got into Gladstone on Saturday morning. So that's how that worked out, I believe. Yeah, I thought it was a full trek they were doing, but I think it looked like they only brought up the one ski, rather than because the previous time they did it, they both had a ski each.
Yeah. And he still had time for a helicopter ride in the middle of it.
He did. He did. He got that on the Wednesday, I think it was. So I think he got that on the Wednesday in Noosa. His wife surprised him with it, or someone in the Jet Trek community had organised it or managed to organise it for him. Lucky bugger, so he is. Lands on his feet. Yeah. Anyway, listen, mate, I've got 10 minutes on the clock here. Let's try and wrap things up for the for the upcoming races. When do you anticipate your winter series to be announced? Any timescales or approximate idea?
We've got another meeting. We've got another meeting next Thursday, I think, and hopefully we'll nail down the dates next week. And we'll have those posted the week after. So by the end of the month, we'll be letting everyone know what's coming up for the Winter Series. There should be, I don't know, maybe 3, maybe 5 races.
Yep.
We've just got to look at the economic climate and what's available and tides. A lot of our winter stuff, well, not a lot, but some of our winter stuff may be in the ocean. So
yep,
it's subject to tides, etc.
Yep. Okay, cool. All right. So your next race is you got this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. Racing. Well, 2 days of leave. Go down the line to Carapiro for the NZJSBA Nationals.
Yep.
And then the Jetski race in New Zealand. The next round is 26th and 27th of April.
Yep. And then a couple of weeks later, you're over here.
Well, no, 2 weeks before that, I'm over there, and then because your round 2 of your nationals is actually 2 weeks before our rounds 5 and 6 of our series.
Is that right? Yeah, I think I've got it up on the screen, which I'll go through in the roundup. So yeah, I think you are actually right. Yeah, I believe you're right. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. All right, so we'll be seeing you on these shows again very soon. You're clocking up the air miles, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get reimbursed for them, I think. I just got to make sure I don't fly.
You're clocking up more air miles than you are with your bus pass, mate.
Yeah. I should see if I can get some cheap flights with the gold card.
I'd give it a go. I'd try it, see what happens. Hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained, my friend.
It's the one. Yeah.
Listen, Dave.
Just remember that, Bruce, when you're trying racing.
It's what?
Just remember that when you're trying out the racing in April. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I know. It's like I said to you, I want to try and do it on a perspective for someone who's just doing it for the first time, which I am, and to allow people to see what's involved in the highs and lows of trying it. You know what I mean? So, we'll see how it all works out, and we'll watch the space anyway. So, listen, we're going to wind things up, mate. It's an absolute. I always love having a chat with you because, like, it doesn't matter whether it's face to face or whether it's on this. It's good fun, good banter. I love having, I love chewing the fat basically with you. So it's an absolute pleasure as always, Dave, to have a chat with you, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you when you're over here. Any shout outs before you go, mate?
I suppose yes to all the supporters, the holders, the organisers, everybody that makes a race day happen. Doesn't matter where it is in the world. You can't do anything without a race director, without an organising committee, somebody bankrolling the whole thing.
Yep. And
all the helpers that come along, the holders that hold the skis, that set the course up, cook the food, and pay for everything.
Yep. I looked when I watched that video earlier on that I put on. That flashed through my head. You know, the people doing the barbecues and the people that are helping set up and the holding and the officials, all that kind of stuff. And that went through my head. And like you say, it's vitally important for every club to have that kind of help and support. Without any of that, a lot of it never happens, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah, definitely.
Because otherwise we'd just turn up to an empty patch of water with a couple of bumps on it and it wouldn't be the same. It just,
It wouldn't. It wouldn't. All right, Dave. All the best, and yeah, we'll catch up soon when you're over here.
okay.
Good
Cheers,
luck
Bruce.
this.
Pleasure
Good luck
as
this
always.
weekend.
Thanks, mate.
All right. Take
Okay.
care, mate.
Cheers.
See ya. Ah, love it. Always love a catch up with Dave. I just got so much time for him. He's up there. Seb's the same. Like these guys, that are just characters of the sport and the community. I love interacting with them and just catching up and just basically talking shit with each other. It's just like, yeah, that's what it's all about. So, thanks again for that one, Dave. Awesome. Okay, so let's get to our roundup. Now, last couple of weeks we've obviously talked about the Jet Trek ride. For those of you that have not followed it or are not aware of the money that has been raised from this particular ride event this year, there's your total on the screen. Just over $385,000 has been raised. I believe it may still be open at the moment if anyone's thinking about a last minute donation, or hold off on it because there may be some of riders that in our community that we know of that will be doing the ride next year. Hold off and you can make those donations for next year if you wish. Entirely up to yourself. So check out the Jet Trek page. Go to the Variety, the Children's Charity of Queensland page, and yeah, you can make a donation there. Go to their website as well, which the link will be on that. If you click on this link, let me just get that for you. If you click on this link here, it'll take you to the website. So there's the website there. Click on the website, take you to the page. You can donate there. So make it happen, people, and awesome effort from everybody involved. Catherine Rowe, we had on a couple of weeks ago. Congratulations on another successful Jet Trek. And all the riders involved. All right, so New Zealand, obviously, we've looked at the results are online for that one. I'm not going to post, let me just see, I'll just put this in here and see if we can get it. Yeah, there you go. So now, I know the classes are a bit unusual. Now, Dave, someone will keep me right. I believe this is the top class, which is the open runabouts. Noah, R2, Noah again. R3's was Danny Picard. Dave Vennell was in that one. I think that might be the naturally aspirated class, but I may be wrong. Dave told me it before, but I get confused with it all the time. And there's Corbin Farnley, S1s, and Corbin Farnley again in the S3s. Runabout class, the Duros, Noah first again. Dave obviously down there in 5th, Carl Richmond 2nd. Richie Ryder 6th, Richie's up there somewhere as well. Some other familiar names, Ben Morris, Ollie Morris. These guys are in the mix there. Jake Wilson, Hayden Erickson. Where we got Paul Skis, we got Jake Wilson who's first, and Corbin Farnley took in second. So quite a successful weekend for Noah and Corbin especially. But congratulations to all the riders, congratulations to everybody else involved, and yeah, look forward to more results and more racing over in coming from New Zealand. Well done, everyone. All right, so that's the Grand Prix results. Wellington, as Dave was saying, they have their competition coming up, and it's 16th, 17th of March this weekend, and it's Lake Kurapiro. And last entry calls, get them in as quick as you can if you're thinking about it, if you've delayed or held off. Still got time, get them in quickly though, otherwise you're going to miss out, and you'll be hit with late entry fees, which will be through the roof. Don't want to have to pay extra money. Costs enough as it is. Get in early, bright and early. Alright, so that's that's the Jet Sport Nationals. Last call from the Hawke's Bay Jet Sport Club. That's their competition. New South Wales, they had their competition last weekend. Guys, check out the results. Let's just see if I can get them up. Oh no, sorry. Duh. It wasn't the results. My apologies. I'm talking about a few weeks back. That's not that. We're talking about round 3 this weekend at Rafferty's. Now, one point of order: if you're going down to Rafferty's, you're not allowed any open flame barbecues. Weber style barbecues, they're okay, but no open flame barbecues, because it's just not allowed at that resort. It is actually a resort, and Rafferty's are kindly giving New South Wales PwC the access, so let's not undo that goodwill from them. Entries are still available. I believe last entries are Thursday night. Let me just see. 14th. Yep, they are. Midnight tomorrow night is your last date for entry. Go to the Facebook page, click on the event. Your tickets are here. You can purchase whatever class you're racing in. As you can see, prices are set. Membership is required. If you're buying a ticket for an extra class, I believe extra classes, yep, $50 if you're racing in an extra class, I believe it is. Let me just get this right. Yeah, it is. You pay an extra $50 if you're jumping in another class. So, what are you talking? $200, 2 classes, racing, not too bad. So that's New South Wales. Entries in. If you're not fast, you're last, and you miss out if you don't get your entries in quickly. So get them in by midnight tomorrow night. It's happening this Sunday down at Rafferty's. Be there. All right, help out, support, cheer. All righty, that's that one. We got New South Wales. Let's just get rid of that one. Here we go. Close to home for me. Yep, Julie, I get that. It's nothing you can do about that, Julie, as far as the barbecues are concerned. Councils and Rafferty's, hey, it's their ground. It's goodwill and good faith that they're allowing you guys access to it. It's only fair that we return that goodwill. So by observing what they've asked for us, so that's only fair. QPWC, guys, I cannot emphasize this one enough. The Sunday, the 24th of March, the tryout Jetski practice day. Come along, have a look, give it a go. I won't make this one myself, but I will. I promise I will be at the next one, okay, which is on the 28th. And I'll give it a go. I'll go out on a ski and see what's involved, and try and give people a rider's point of view of what's involved and what's all about. So, but to be honest, the only way to experience the racing is not through a video from someone else. Is to get out there and try it yourself. So the sooner you can get out there, you have the 24th of March, 28th of April to try and practice, and then come the 25th of May, I might be 25th, 26th of May, we've got round 1 at Somerset Dam. So Pelican Beach for the 2 practice days in March and April. Get registered for it. Won't cost you anything. All we need to know is that you're coming, so that we can, so the QPWC can make arrangements and expect you to be there. I'm not entirely sure what they will have for you. All the equipment is required. A back brace is not mandatory. It is, it's advised to wear a back brace if you can get one. Otherwise, helmet, gloves, life jacket, footwear, goggles if you want to wear goggles. I would advise, if you can, wear goggles just to help you out, and get a real feel for it. So yeah, drop them a message if you're interested in it. Drop me a message, I'll put you in the right direction. Okay, so the more people we get to this, the better the event will be, and the better the sport will be in the long run. Alright, I'll see you there, and hopefully I look forward to decent turnout of people. Alright, remember, bring a friend as well. Encourage them to come. It's free. Costs you nothing. Just turn up with your ski, your gear, fuel in your tank, go. Alright. Now, we're kind of going on to the wreck stuff. This popped up yesterday that I came across. Now, obviously, Kawasaki doesn't, in fairness, Kawasaki doesn't hold the market share the way that Yamaha and the Sea-Doo brands do. But in saying that, they do try. They have recently been really trying to push the boundaries of advancement as far as the jet ski experience is concerned. And what I mean by that is they're just trying to bring new things to the market. To they've brought their ski up to date. They've got the reverse trigger on their models. Their their latest 22 and 23 models and 24 models. They've really put an effort into getting rid of that reverse lever, which I've got on mine, and I don't like it. It's a bit obnoxious sometimes. But having ridden the 160, the Ultra 160, it was such a difference in the experience of riding because of the reverse lever and all that kind of stuff. Now, this little article popped up. Now, there's been a few things. Like, there was a couple of eye-opening things when the new model skis came out, i.e. their 160 and their 310 skis. When they came out, there was a few eyes opened about certain aspects of the ski, reverse camera, all that kind of stuff. But now that I've read this article, a lot of it actually starts to make more sense as to why the ski has been designed the way it has. They've looked at the bigger picture, and they've just got a ski on the market which has kind of brought them up to date. But now they've filed some 22 patents for other advancements in their ski. So let's have a read through this. So for example, the new technology will include GPS coordinates and a small supplementary electric motor, which will enable a craft to automatically circle back and rescue a rider who has fallen off. Now, wow, that's a how far away we are from getting that, I don't know. Hey, listen, if they've patented it, then there must be something on the horizon which is coming, and they've obviously been working on it. Otherwise, they wouldn't put the patent in just on the off chance that it doesn't come off. But they're more likely that it's happening. So, the same suite of autonomous technology is also claimed to be capable of keeping a craft in position while the vessel is unattended, to act as a type of digital anchor. Apparently, it's going to use GPS. Which will then allow the ski to sit in a neutral space on the water, which is obviously going to be designed for anyone who's probably having a swim or those that are fishing. So there's the kind of stuff that they're looking at. All right. It'll eliminate the need for a real anchor in a strong current or a receding tide. So yeah, like they say, they've uncovered at least 22 patents, the majority of which appear to be industry-first features designed for future models. Now, some of the patents that they've already put in place are things like the speakers, the wing storage compartments, all that kind of stuff. Those are some of the patents that they've already put in out of the 22. But I think that's only something like 8 patents or something. So here's a little list of some of the patents and what they might be able to do. Alright, so an automatic rescue function that will enable the craft to circle back where the rider falls off using the GPS coordinates and electric motor. An automated placeholder function to keep a craft in position while the vessel is unattended. Digital anchor, okay? Built-in shallow water warnings, restricted area warnings. It will also have crash avoidance warnings to alert riders nearby skis and other hazards. Built-in geolocators to make it easier to find your riding buddies in the ocean in remote waterways. Now, having seen a video of this technology being discussed, it relies on your other riders having the same ski, same technology on their ski, which will allow you to communicate and find your fellow riders. A more accurate real-time fuel consumption data and distance to empty data for your long distance rides, so you can better plan your rides. An electric supercharged and water cooled turbocharger for your new performance models. Where that's going to take the higher performance models, who knows? But I've seen the video of crash avoidance. It wasn't a practical simulation, it was just an aerial kind of diagram, but the principal ideas of it sound pretty unreal. There is a concern. I've seen a couple of comments and concerns about too much technology, too much electrical, gadgets in the ski. Fair to say, maybe. Who knows? It depends on how well they design it. There was also something about, the older STX 160 will persevere with the old school reverse lever. There's no trim adjustments for the future, but their other models will be different. They'll have all the new stuff on it. So there was a diagram there, which kind of gives you an idea of. There appears to be the redesigning of the bow storage compartment lid on the STX 160 following 2 safety recalls in the model's first 2 years on sale. So they're redesigning that to get that sorted out. The crash avoidance, operator absence mode. One of the other ones was if someone falls off a wakeboard or that you're towing behind you or something like that, it will alert you that the person's fallen off. In Queensland, I don't really see it's going to be needed because we've got to have a secondary passenger on the ski anyway, which will then allow us, which then warns us if anything's happened. So I don't think it's really something that we need here. But the idea of it seems to be fantastic. And then the rear camera will have a practical aspect. It's not just there for show, where people are thinking, oh, it's a bit useless, it's a bit redundant because you don't really need a reverse camera. It was never originally designed to be a reverse camera. It was more about the technology that we're going to start seeing now. So it clears it gives everybody a better picture of what's coming as far as what they've already put in the ski now, and advancing that to the next step. All right, so more accurate fuel consumption done. So turbocharged water performance is heat mitigation. It's the biggest problem. So turbos in their plumbing. Raises engine compartment temperatures far worse than superchargers, so I believe it's going to be liquid cooled. Yep. However, a water cooled turbocharger would address the heat build-up. Outlines a proposal for a new supercharger which could be driven by a petrol engine or a small electric motor, depending on your power demand. This would free up your petrol engine to operate at greater efficiency as electric motor driving the supercharger would eliminate all parasitical loss of or driving the supercharger. Moreover, the electric motor can spin the supercharger at greater revs than what the petrol engine can, radically increasing the boost, thereby your horsepower. So there's Kawasaki looking like they're going to wait to start up in their game as far as their performance skis are concerned. They're just adding a few more things, a few more little, I wouldn't say gimmicks, but they're not gimmicks. They're definitely not gimmicks, but a few more advancements to their skis. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long these take to come into the real world. But it's pretty clear that they're obviously on their way. At some point, it's just a question of when. So there we go. That's the Kawasaki range. Whether Sea-Doo and at the moment, the article also stressed that Kawasaki's now got its own new engine department which is allowed, and they've got a bigger budget, so they're able to now start to push all these little features, whereas they never had that before. And the belief is that Sea-Doo and Yamaha have pumped their money into the current brands at the moment that they've got, just trying to rebrand what they've already got, but just in different colours. So they've committed their budget to this, whereas Kawasaki haven't necessarily done that. They're focusing on the bigger picture in the long run. So yeah, interesting times. Be interesting to see what impact it has. Time will tell. So there we go. That's just a little article that sprung up. Now, Tasmania, they had a little ride at the weekend. They were at Lake Pyman, and they had a bit of a ride around there. Let's have a quick flick through some of the pictures. You guys can see them, hopefully. What have we got? About 11, 12 skis there, maybe. Nice little turnout. Looks beautiful. That's Lake Pyman. We had a video as well weeks ago. Nice. So there's nice looking day. Well done to them. And keep an eye on their page, because the Tasmanian group, Jetski Taz, they do have a lot of rec rides on the horizon. Keep your eyes peeled on them if you're down that way. Dave Gray's your man if you want to have a catch up with him. Speak to him, and you can organise things with him. He'll keep you in touch with the right people. South Australia, they had a run last weekend, Bow Hill to Blanchetown, and again, nice little turnout. Let's just have a look through those pictures. Looks like a hot one. They're having a bit of a swim, so that's a nice looking spot. Again, South Australia, hook up with Roger Bloor and the guys down there. Look up the page, South Australia Jet Ski Club. Get in touch with them. If you're heading down that way, you can take your ski, hook up, do a bit of a ride with them. Plenty of groups doing rides in other states as well. If you're up in Queensland or New South Wales and you're looking for somewhere else to go, there are plenty of adventure rides around the country. Just look in the right places. If you're unsure, drop me a line. I'm happy to try and help, point you in the right direction. So, I'll do what I can to help. If I don't, I'll get you the answer. All right, so that's South Australia. Jetski Jake, unfortunately, the scavenger hunt, which was meant to be this weekend, has had to be cancelled. I think it's postponed, sorry is the word, not cancelled, postponed. As you can see there, the weather conditions are just absolutely crazy at the moment. Winds are up quite a bit at the moment. It's making things a little bit difficult for some people. To organise something like this, safety always comes first, and we've had Carl on a couple of weeks ago and he stresses that all the time. As far as rides are concerned, safety is number one and it's paramount, rightly so. And we've got, so hopefully they'll get this one. Let me just see, they haven't got anything lined up as far as the new date. We'll try and reschedule, but we'll only be able to supply a short notice of the event happening. So yeah, you got to keep your eyes on this group, because if you want to take part in this, it's going to go up at the last minute, because they don't want to look too far ahead at the weather, because as we're seeing now, the weather's just gone absolutely crazy at the moment, and it doesn't make things very safe for anyone to do these type of events, or ride in general, to be honest. So yeah, so there you go. That's unfortunately that's been postponed for now, so keep an eye on that group for when that one gets rescheduled. And let's see, the boys were out last week. Carl and Jake were out last weekend. They obviously had the JSW birthday party thing at JSW. There was a ski one. I have no idea who won it, but congratulations to whoever it was that won the ski. Trailer, 12 months rego, 12 months insurance. Congratulations is all I can say. So it wasn't me, put it that way. Alright, so the boys went out beforehand. They went out before that ride, before that event. They were out through the mangroves, had a bit of a run around through there. Looked like a nice day. So there you go. And then there's Cheeky Chappy himself, there's Jake. Nice cup. Pity about the brand at the bottom. Nah, I'm always joking. So yeah, so there he is. That's an old one. He's not got that here. Needs to update his picture. Alright, so that's that one. Jet Ski Riders Gold Coast. Quiet there. Nothing much. What I can say is Tesley put a little shout out to Marty James at Jet One Industries. Guys, if you're looking for any livery items for your skis, rego numbers in particular, he does some really, really nice looking rego numbers. I've got a set on mine. A number of my friends have got numbers and rego numbers from Marty. Mine's have been on for six or 7 years now, and they're still going strong. As you can see there on Tessa's ski, they look beautiful. go with the ski, the colour match. Do what you can to colour match as much as you can. You just got to tell him what ski is. He'll find a colour match for you. And yeah, so give Marty a shout at Jet One Industries. Go on over to his Facebook page. You can message him from there or email him, and well worth a visit. So that's us for this week. I don't know where we're at. What are we? We're an hour and 5 minutes. That's pretty well timed. I like to try and stick to anywhere between 45 and an hour. So we're at that end now. All right. So what we got to do now is I've got to finish up with a video from Stephen Seenan. Okay. Now I'm trying to get Stephen on the show. All right. Stephen lives on Northern Ireland, and he put a video up a couple of weeks ago of him and some of his friends out on the Irish Sea, out around off the coast of Northern Ireland. So I'm going to run this video for you, let you see the video, and then we'll just finish up the show after the video. And I'm going to leave you with this video from Steve Seenan. Guys, wherever you're up to over the weekend, stay safe, have fun, and oh, wait a minute, I've actually just realised I've forgotten one thing. If you are in the Somerset Dam area on Sunday, this coming Sunday, head on up to the Spit and check out the social day that Brisbane Kawasaki are going to have. They will have a bit of a get together, a bit of a gathering, just a bunch of jet ski minded people. You'll have some of the models on available you can have a look at, maybe even have a little try of, and it's just really just a bit of a fun day. Enjoy each other's company, and hopefully the weather stays pretty decent for it. So hopefully see you there. I'm planning on going up on the Sunday myself. Until next weekend. Oh wait, that's another thing. Damn, I'm forgetting a few things here. Next Wednesday there will be no show because I'm flying down to Melbourne on Wednesday. So next week's show will not happen, and hopefully the week after we will be back, which is let me just check that date. The 3rd of April we will be back, and well, I might have to rethink that one. That's my anniversary, my wedding anniversary, so I might have to rethink that one. Right, leave that one with me. I'll keep you posted anyway. So and I know my wife's off that week as well, so I better make myself available on the night of our anniversary. All right, listen, I'm definitely not here next week. All right, so whatever you're up to over the next couple of weeks, stay safe, look after yourselves, look after each other, and have the best fun ever out on the water. Until we meet again, which will be 2 weeks' time, maybe 3 weeks' time, I'll keep you posted. All the best, and take care.